The first lesson I've learned making over $2 million in sales is how problems do not get any easier. If you currently think that increasing your prices by $5 for your current handful of students is really hard, imagine increasing your prices when you have over 200 students your business is servicing, but you also have to communicate that to your team of 35 tutors as well. That feeling of awkwardness, of guilt, of feeling scared, of feeling bad to increase prices with just a handful of students when you're a solo tutor is still going to be there later on in the journey when you increase your prices yet again. But this time you've got tutors working for you and you've got even more students that you're looking after. When you're on this side of the scale, you not only have to explain to your tutors why you're increasing prices, and potentially if they're not getting a pay increase with that too, then they'll be asking you why they aren't getting a pay increase either. And then on top of that, you need to communicate with parents and students that their prices are increasing. You've got other considerations and fears you'll be dealing with then, such as what if I increase my prices but parents and students decide that they're just going to bypass the business and just work with the tutor themselves and save a bit of money that way? Or what if this is the final straw for a tutor and they are not impressed with the prices constantly increasing and so they decide to quit? So the tricky thing about being in business is that as your business grows, your problems actually get bigger in a way. But the way that I like to remind myself is that if you've been able to get your business to a certain stage, it's because you've been able to prove at an earlier stage that you have been able to deal with those problems successfully. And when you've been able to deal with those problems successfully, your business decides to give you the next problem that it knows you're ready for. So going back to that example, if you're a solo tutor and you never increase your prices but you're always charging the same thing, then it is comfortable, but that is where you're going to be forever. You're not going to be able to hire tutors because you're not charging enough to be able to pay those tutors. So there were many times in my business where I was just so frustrated and I was so exhausted by all the problems that just kept happening, and the bigger the business grew, the bigger the problems were getting. Now, however, being able to reflect, I understand that this is actually just the nature of business. You are in business because you're solving problems, and you're not just solving problems for your customers and providing them service, but you also have to solve your own internal problems in the business as well. So knowing that because I've been able to prove myself in the past and I can do this yet again is what gives me reassurance that I can continue to solve even bigger problems in the future.